welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have just been to Aldi. I've been very inspired by some a little bit fancier ingredients, and I have decided to make a budget date night meal for two. Alright, if you're new here, my name is Claire. My channel is all about mom stuff, lady stuff, and life stuff. I especially love Aldi. If you're not new around here, thank you so much for coming back. You already know then how much I love Aldi. I just got back from there actually, and in their fish section, these little stickers, which are the best thing to find at Aldi, $2 off on this wonderful wild caught Alaskan sockeye salmon. These fillets are giant. I could probably cut this one in half and just use one. I think that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna freeze the other. Now, you know I am normally into the absolute cheapest meal that you can buy at Aldi, but today I wanted to mix it up and show you that you can recreate some of your favorite restaurant style meals at home, and while it might be more expensive than your average at-home meal, it's definitely gonna save you money versus actually going out to a restaurant on a date. So I'm going to break all my prices down for you and let you know the exact amount of money I spent on this meal, and I hopefully will inspire you to maybe bring your cooking game up just a notch for you and your partner, and maybe save you a little money too if you were planning on going out this week. For this recipe, obviously, you're going to need some salmon, and we are going to be serving that with some long grain wild rice. The spices we're going to be using are thyme, sage, salt, and pepper. I've also got some olive oil back there. When it comes to veggies, I got quite a few, but if you were really trying to save like initial investment money in this meal, you could only pick one if you wanted. I've got these great little potatoes, some carrots, also some Brussels sprouts, some red onions. I also picked up some lovely fresh garlic. And for our little side, I'm going to be making some delicious garlic butter biscuits. So I just picked up some butter and one of these super cheap cans of biscuits. So salmon actually doesn't take very long in the oven, about 15 minutes in a 400-degree oven. So we are gonna go ahead and get started on the veggies first, because those will take a little bit longer to roast. And then we're gonna go ahead and add the salmon on top. All right, the first thing I am going to prep are going to be these Brussels sprouts. So I've got about a third of this bag here. Remember, you're only cooking for 2 people, so you don't need to go kind of overboard on the veggies. This might even be a little bit too many of these. And what I'm doing is I'm just cutting the butt off here, and then I'm cutting it in half. We want to get rid of any of the loose leaves here because those will burn in the oven. All right, and if you've been following me for a while, you know that I always keep all of my little veggie scraps and I make broth with them at the end of the week. So I'm gonna throw these in my freezer bag. And honestly, now that I'm looking at these, this is probably a lot because we have so many other vegetables. So I'm actually just gonna pick the nicest ones. The bag of sprouts cost $2.59. I used about a third, actually a little less, but we'll go with a third of the bag for a total of 86 cents worth of sprouts. All right, next I've got these carrots. There are 9 large carrots in here. I'm just going to be using 1. So for this carrot, it's only gonna be 15 cents added on to our total. I'm going to peel it and add it to my bowl. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and prep these lovely potatoes. You could definitely use a russet or a cheaper potato. For these, they were $2.49 for this amount. You can get like 10 pounds of russets for that amount of money. But I thought these were really pretty, and of course we really are just trying to make these look nice today. So remember, you don't need very much. So I'm gonna do, that looks good, about a third, which puts us at only 83 cents for this serving of potatoes. I am going to go over and give them a good scrub, and then I'm going to cut them in half. All right, next I'm going to take my olive oil. I have had this for a while. I'm not exactly sure how much I paid for it. I'm just gonna drizzle a bit on there, but you can use whatever kind of oil that you've got. You can use coconut oil. Make sure you take any of these extra leaves off if they come off. So you can use whatever oil you got going on in your house. You don't need to buy anything special if you're trying to save money. But yeah, I chose olive, so I'm just coating everything nicely. And now I'm gonna add my spices. I'm not gonna measure anything because that's not how I roll. So like some salt and some pepper. I always get all my spices at Aldi. They always have great deals on them. Today we have sage and thyme. This one is from their organic Simply Nature variety. But this time of year they often have, you know, nutmeg and pumpkin spice and all that kind of stuff. So stock up on it while they have it, because sometimes they don't always have all the same things. And I'm, again, not measuring any of this. I'm putting in what feels right. Next, I'm gonna add a little bit of fresh garlic. So this garlic was 89 cents. I'm only going to be using one head, and I'm gonna just use half of it for right now. So this is about 30 cents for this head of garlic. And we're just gonna add that to the price right now, even though we're gonna use the other half of it later for our biscuits. And you could cut this up, or I usually like to buy the jars of garlic that have it already already chopped. But I saw this fresh garlic today, and I was just kind of in the mood for some fresh garlic. So I'm gonna add that in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and guess that these veggies are gonna take about 40 minutes at a 400-degree oven to roast all the way. And because our salmon definitely doesn't take that long, I'm gonna put them in for 20, and then I'm going to check them, maybe jostle them around a little bit, and then we'll see about our salmon. So those are gonna go in the oven. Okay guys, I'm about to put these in, and I realized I did not add the red onion. I don't think it needs the red onion, but if you wanted to put red onion in yours, it would be really good. So X-nay on the red onion, but oh well, I think this is perfect. There are 8 biscuits in this container, but we're only going to be making 2 of them. You could make them all and freeze the rest. You could also just take the 2 out, which is what I'm going to be doing. And then these are just gonna go in a Ziploc bag, and I will put them in the fridge, and the family can enjoy them throughout the week. Maybe we'll do some breakfast sandwiches or something with them, but we're only going to be needing 2. And for both of these, because these are so inexpensive, both of these are a quarter together. They're like 12.5 cents a piece. So we're only spending a quarter on these biscuits. All right, and in order to make these butter garlic, I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of butter. And this butter was $2.99 at Aldi today, which is a pretty good deal. So for these 2 tablespoons, we are only spending 19 cents. I'm actually going to just pop this in the microwave for a few seconds just to soften it up and get it a little bit liquidy. And now I'm gonna go ahead and use the other half of this head of garlic, and I am just gonna squeeze it right in there. All right, I'm gonna add just a little bit of pepper in here. I'm not gonna add any salt because this is salted butter. All right, and I'm just going to take this and ladle it over my delicious biscuits. I'm gonna take the garlic and drain the butter off a little bit because I wanna get all the garlic off of here, but I'm gonna leave just a little bit of butter to put on when they, right when they get out of the oven. All right, it's about that time. We are going to get the rice prepared. These are really an inexpensive way to add a nice, delicious side to your meal. This was actually only $1.69 for the container. I think we'll probably use all of it, but we'll see when we're done how we're doing on that. And you just make it right on the stovetop. It's super easy. We need 1 3/4 cups of water, some olive oil, and that's it. All right, it is now time for the star of our show here, this lovely salmon. All right, this is like so much, you guys. I thought about doing like one of these per person, but these are just really large. So I'm actually only going to be using half of our package, which comes out to $4.70. So that is a really good price for some high quality protein. So I'm really happy with that, and I'm just gonna toss this one into the freezer because of course this little $2 off means that this is expiring probably like, I don't know, today or tomorrow. So we're just gonna pop that into the freezer for another day. All right, so here are our veggies. They do look to be about half done, which is exactly what I wanted. All right, now we have our beautiful fillets here, and I'm just going to lay them both directly on top here. Next, I'm just gonna sprinkle it with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and then our sage, and of course our thyme. Definitely don't want to overcook this salmon, so I'm going to put it in for 10 minutes to start and see where we're at. I'm also going to throw in my biscuits along with the salmon right now. Alright you guys, we're pretty much finished here with our fancy little date night dinner. I have to say, these biscuits are so good. Even if you're just making them for whatever, try the garlic butter method. They're amazing. Definitely a restaurant style biscuit there. Alright, so if you've been adding up all of the dollars and the cents all along, here's our total for the meal for both of us. This isn't each, this is for everybody all together. I spent $8.97 on this meal. So anytime you're out and you see salmon on the menu, it's at least $15 for a meal, if not more, depending where you are. And then of course, you have your drinks, you have your wine if you get wine, or whatever, you might even buy dessert. And then also your tip. So going out to eat can be super, super expensive. And if you are in a money crunch right now, like so many people during these trying times, it's easy to get caught up in eating, you know, spaghetti every night and things that are really inexpensive. So if you are wanting to treat your partner to something a little bit fancier, definitely give this a try, because under $9 for a meal for two is really a good deal compared to going out to eat. And with that, please leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this. Let me know what are your favorite sort of restaurant style things that you like to recreate at home, because I would love to hear them. And of course, come back for more mom stuff, lady stuff, and life stuff. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.